he's like his dad on the field. I mean, he's something. There's something in there, man, that you can't coach it. Grow up with it.
We got a question on the front.
Yeah, you mentioned Hundley on the sideline. I noticed he had the headsets on. What was he doing? I mean, as far as
he was signaling. So he wasn't calling any plays. So he wasn't calling any plays. Noel was calling the plays, but he was signaling. So he would hear the play. Mm-hmm. He would hear the call from Noel, and then he was signaling either to Jerry or the near receivers, sometimes the far receivers. We just have a system in place, and so he was a part of the system. Essentially what he did is he took Jerry's place, and Jerry took his place, and they both functioned well, and we got a win. That's what being a team's all about.
And the other thing was Malcolm Bunch at the end of the game came limping off. What's his status?
I don't know. He went back in, for those final couple plays there, and just like everyone else, we'll get him reevaluated as well. We had some young men step up today because of injury. Anthony Jefferson sprained his ankle before the game, couldn't play. Jaleel Wadood stepped in there and played. Fabian Moreau hurt his elbow. Jalen Ortiz stepped in there. Tahan Goodman stepped in there for Randall Goforth. That's what you do. You step up, the next guy gets up and starts playing, and you rally around him.
Got a question on the outside?
Skyler Dixon with the Associated Press. Since you knew Brett probably wasn't coming back, did you have any words of wisdom for Jerry pulling aside or anything, or you just know that kind of takes care of itself? There was no Rudy moments, no Hoosier moments. Just Jerry, just go do what you do. He knew we all had confidence in him. I mean, that team. The thing about Jerry is his team freaking loves him. They love him, and they have great confidence in him. And so there was never any doubt. There was never any, oh God, Jerry's in there. It was like, hey, Jerry's in here. It's gonna be awesome, man. That's how it was, and it ended up being that way.
Question in the aisle.
Yes, Coach. Greg Ford, CNS Media. How important was it to have the offensive line, have an experienced offensive line out there in front of Jerry in a situation like that, such as Jake Brendel at center? How much easier did it just did that make the whole situation when he came in?
I mean, probably if you hadn't asked that question, it would have been probably one of the most overlooked and critical variables in this game. Having Malcolm, having Jake snapping to him, having some guys in there, and Alex and Scott Quisenberry and Caleb, who now have some games under their belt. I think it gave us all just a sense of comfort, and they did an excellent job all night. And early we struggled a little pass pro, but once we settled down, we ran the ball well, and that always going to help you throw the ball.
Final question for Coach, right here on the front.
Coach, you talk a little bit about that special teams over here, the return and that Cameron Judge block.
Well, Cameron was a little bit frustrated through the night, and I think you guys might have seen where he and Ish had a discussion. It wasn't contentious at all. On the previous punt return, Cameron really didn't attack his guy. What we did on that one is we're kind of a return team when it comes to punts. We rushed that one. We had a call on. We were trying to block it, and so we have what's called a bench return. And we were just peeling off, and when you're the first guy down there, man, that's what you look to do. You look for a guy who's not looking, and you hit him legally. You hit him clean, and anytime Ish gets the ball in his hands, good things can happen. They're not always going to happen, but they certainly can. All right, thanks.